AMC stock is up about 1% today, and here in this video, we're going to get into everything you need to know on AMC stock, on our markets, and what to expect coming tomorrow. We're actually going to start this video off with this article, so let's get into it. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for watching, and let's get started. So, 3 predictions for AMC stock in 2024. After a challenging 2023 for AMC stock, 3 key factors could cause substantial moves in the movie theater chain share price for 2024. That's an interesting headline. It says AMC's 2024 revenue projections are near the $4.67 billion mark. That falls short of pre-pandemic levels and may partially be fueled by concerns over the impact of the Hollywood writers' strike. Despite reducing debt through a $865 million capital influx in 2023, AMC's openness to continue equity offerings raises concerns about share dilution, which could negatively affect its share price. AMC's trading dynamics are shifting from meme craze volatility, and some investors seem to be refocusing on business fundamentals. That being said, AMC's beta of 1.9 indicates the stock is still experiencing higher than average market volatility. Number 1, revenue has yet to reach pre-pandemic levels, but it's getting close. It says robust box office performance and improved business fundamentals in 2023, the company has not yet surpassed its 2019 pre-pandemic revenue figures. As of December's conclusion, AMC has reported $4.26 billion in revenues per the 12 trailing months, which falls short of its $5 billion pre-pandemic benchmark. Wall Street analysts, while revising the revenue projections upwards in the past 3 months, are nevertheless presenting a muted consensus for 2024. Of the 7 analysts covering AMC, the average forecast for 2024 revenue is about $4.67 billion. The most optimistic estimate stands at $5.09 billion, with the most pessimistic projection at $4.46 billion. Due to the concerns, the Wall Street consensus for AMC's 2024 revenue is 2% lower than the chain's realized revenue in 2023. That's never going to be good. Now, this is the main one. More dilution looms. The year 2023 witnessed AMC grappling with the protracted saga surrounding the conversion of its preferred shares, APEs, into common shares. Despite facing legal challenges, AMC successfully secured a majority approval from its shareholders and obtained the right to issue up to 390 million new shares. In fiscal 2023, AMC executed the APE to AMC share conversion, injecting an impressive $865 million into the company in the process. A 40 million share offering was followed by an additional 48 million share offering. Despite the influx of shares, AMC still has approximately 302 million shares available for issuance in the coming years. The new capital generated from share offerings was primarily allocated to reducing AMC's significant debt burden. AMC's total debt stands at $9.31 billion, according to its most recent report. Over the past 12 months, the company has successfully repaid $624 million worth of debt and has plans to pay an additional $1.44 billion in 2024. Despite this debt reduction effort, AMC remains a current liquidity ratio of 0.64. That's an improvement from its standing at 0.46 at the beginning of November. A current ratio below 1 generally signals potential liquidity issues, indicating that a company may not possess significant readily available assets to cover immediate financial obligations. Given these circumstances, it appears likely that AMC will continue to raise additional capital through new equity offerings throughout 2024. However, the significant drawback to the strategy is the dilution of existing shareholders, which naturally leads to share price depreciation. The 48 million new shares issued this year are likely a large contributor to AMC's 80% year-to-date drop. It says, despite the negative impact on the share price, analyst Eric Wold of B. Riley Securities views AMC's equity offerings as a long-term positive move for the company. In a statement from September, Wold expressed, "We believe these proceeds not only provide an increased near-term liquidity safety net, while the lingering Hollywood strike potentially put the 2024 film slate at risk, but also provide an opportunity for the company to reduce the principal balances for the higher interest rate debt scheduled for maturity in 2026 and beyond." It says 3. AMC set to trade as a fundamental stock. From 2021 through mid-2023, AMC's trading journey was characterized by remarkable share price volatility and steadfast support from devoted retail investors. During this period, AMC shares experienced surges fueled by significant short squeezes. However, with the completion of the APE conversion and with shares witnessing an almost 80% decline in 2023, recent months have seen AMC stock performance influenced more by business fundamentals than by retail investor sentiment. With its valuation at an all-time low, AMC shares are no longer holding up their meme stock valuation. While there are still dedicated communities of retail investors who support the stock, it is increasingly likely that AMC shares will be predominantly influenced by business fundamentals and broader macroeconomic trends, as most other stocks on the market are. That is actually great for AMC stock investors, because if AMC can start trading alongside the markets, and if we expect small and mid-cap stocks are going to have a great year this upcoming year, and my expectation is just for that, small cap stocks, mid cap stocks to have a really good year. Well, that's great news for AMC. Now, if you look at IWM, Tom Lee thinks IWM could rally 50% in the year ahead. If that's the case, AMC stock is likely going to rally over 100%, potentially even more than that. And we'll have to see. IWM has already really broke out of a 18-month high currently, even though the stock is down today, or the ETF is down today. Really, I mean, there's a lot of potential upside gains here, and this would put IWM at about $300 if Tom Lee is correct with the 50% rally in small and mid-cap stocks. Again, that would be great news for AMC. And let's face the fact that there is, to some degree, a retail influence on AMC stock, right? There always will be, likely at least for the imminent future. And that is, going to have a very much positive effect or a negative effect on AMC, just depending, what's going on at any given time, if there's good things going on or bad things going on. Now, let's look at the stock twits indicator that I have, been paying close attention to as of recently. And today, not so good. Extremely bearish sentiment and extremely, not extremely low, but low score for message volume. So the fact that AMC stock is up today still in the green, that's pretty dang impressive. But we want to see people get extremely bullish like you were last Friday. And you want to see the volume come back. Now, on Friday, you were extremely bullish in the sentiment, but message volume was extremely low. You want to see message volume high, and you want to see sentiment extremely bullish. That's what you want to see on AMC stock. And that would be great. And, there's just so many people that are bearish on AMC, or at least tagging as bearish on AMC. So we'll definitely see how this does kind of go. Sentiment, is looking real rough at 18, message volume at 37. Message volume has actually been increasing throughout the day, though. So that's a little bit of a good sign. We want to see that message volume stay elevated because that shows investor interest in AMC. But I mean, we'll have to wait and see. Those numbers fluctuate big day by day. Now, as far as the option activity here today in AMC stock, 70.32% to the call side, 29.68% to the put side. Today, you have seen 4 hedge fund institutional trades totaling $267.7 thousand with a positive order value of 76%. So looking pretty good there. And again, I don't think these numbers are correct at all, but we'll go through them just briefly, and then we'll look at what to expect for the day ahead coming tomorrow. You do have 8.28% short interest of your float, $125.35 million worth of short positions in AMC stock. Days to cover 1.01, 20.48 million shares currently sold short. Shares out on loan 16.93 million. Cost to borrow 1.19%. Utilization of 25.96%. And a short score of 51.33 out of 100. Again, I don't think these numbers are correct at all. I think the shorts are up to their necks in short positions. I think the short interest is hundreds of percents, not 8%, or so. Now, if you take a look at the Stonko tracker data here, expiring by this Friday on January 5th, that is this upcoming Friday, you got about 9,300 calls currently in the money, 47,000 calls out the money. In the money puts at 11,567. Out the money puts at 19,568. So not the biggest, week for option activity, but it could kind of populate on the options chain in a relatively short notice, right? And I'm sure by tomorrow we're going to see some higher numbers that we are seeing today. The next major expiration as far as the options, from what I could see here, is going to be January 19th. You already have 164,000 calls out the money, 76,000 puts out the money, 43,000 puts in the money, and about 3,000 calls in the money. So January 19th is definitely going to be a big one. Now, let's get into the trading calendar to see if there's any data coming out for tomorrow and what you need to know. So tomorrow is going to be Wednesday, and you will have ISM manufacturing PMI. You're expecting this to actually improve from 46.7 last month to 47.1 in December. You will get JOLTS job openings also expected at 8.85 million. Last month, you were at 8.73 million. So you are expecting this to turn up just a little bit by about 100,000 jobs to now be open to be unfilled. This really isn't a problem at this point, in my personal opinion, just because inflation has fallen so much. It's not the biggest data point to be watching for right now, but overall, you want to see the economy doing well, and if we're still seeing a lot of job openings, that means the economy is doing well. So in theory and practice, if we come in at 8.85 million as the estimate is, that should be good news for our markets. Now, tomorrow, you're also going to get FOMC minutes that come out at 2 p.m., and that will also be important. The FOMC minutes are tricky because it's basically just a transcript of the last Fed meeting and what the Fed members were discussing. So it's past information. It's not really an indication of new information or what the Fed is going to do next. So, it doesn't tend to be the biggest market moving event, but it can, at least, it has before. So definitely something to be watching for coming tomorrow. Nonetheless, AMC stock is up 0.35%, looking to actually go negative here on the day today. TLT is down about 0.5%. That is because 10-year treasury yields are rising about 9 basis points today. So that is putting some pressure on stocks as well. USO down 1.11%. The dollar up about 1%. Again, this is probably to do with that Japanese series of earthquakes that we've seen. You tend to see some weird moves in currency markets whenever there is, big earthquakes over there or big, natural disasters. So this is not too unprecedented. We've seen this in 2011. We've seen this in 2014 to a smaller scale as well, but not exactly great for our markets. Gold just continues to kind of trend to the upside. Although you are down a little bit today, there is a solid, bullish uptrend, and gold really makes you wonder, what's going on here in our markets? Is there something more sinister at play going on right now? So thank you for watching. That is going to do it for this video. Let me know what you guys think about all of this information down below in the comment section. You guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.